Following up from our recent test ride of the TENERE and the TRANSALP from the awesome top 2 motorcycles of Warwick, Paul and I decided to head over to MACCA'S for lunch and to record a quick debrief of our experience.
Alright, so debrief of our ride of top 2 motorcycle shop.
Top 2 motorcycles, yeah.
So apparently they've just had new owners and they wanted to do I guess a relaunch.
Yeah.
It's
like an open day, isn't it?
Yeah, it was an open day. So, and they had lots of stalls, almost like a market type thing.
Yeah.
Situation. Lots of tents of people selling different things. They had helmets, they had those earplug plug-ins, or what are they called? There was food, there was coppers, there was, you know, it was a busy little for Warwick. It was flat out. You know, they had a couple of the motorcycle clubs had the bikes on display, antique bikes out the front.
Yep.
Obviously, they had all their bikes for display, and they were doing obviously demo rides of some of their latest bikes, and so we opted to ride the new YAMAHA TENERE. What was it called? It was
it's TENERE 700 World Raid.
World Raid.
Yep.
Yeah, and I tell you what, a nice looking bike, very much dirt orientated. But you know, you could load it up and certainly do, you know, something like a Simpson Desert Crossing would be, you wouldn't be out of place on that thing. Not too heavy, it looked fairly light, but although, you know, if you drop it a few times, you'd probably be heavier than a DRZ, so.
Yeah, definitely.
We also rode the Honda TRANSALP 750. So both myself and Grant took both bikes out. I had the TENERE initially, and then we swapped over and had a. So we took them out for 15-20 minutes. It wasn't. How did you find the format, Grant?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I think
it was a little bit different to what we've done before. We're normally on an organised ride and you're following a leader, and
they basically let you go on your own.
Yeah, so off you go. Come back in 15-20 minutes.
Yeah,
and you know, to be fair, I didn't mind that. But you know, we got to experience the bikes.
The gravel.
Certainly, yeah, we found some gravel. We took a, you know, did a little bit of gravel to see how they go. I don't know you, buddy, but TENERE off-road, felt great.
Yeah.
There was no
better standing position.
Yeah, much better standing position. Soaked up the stuff better off-road, I felt.
Yeah, suspension was better.
Yeah, I just, you know, really, you know, the bike sort of come into its own when it was off-road.
Yeah.
On road, you know, look, it just felt small. You weren't lacking for power, but just felt it felt a little bit small, which is great for when you're off-road because you want something you can throw around.
Yeah.
That's just my thoughts anyway.
Yeah, I feel
what do you think of the TENERE?
Yeah, it was good. The initial throttle response was not as, it was a bit softer in throttle response than the Honda. The Honda was sort of, very responsive.
What about the TFT?
And it pulled, the TFT was unreal, yeah. Very easy to read on both bikes, really, but I like the way that was in the portrait position. As opposed to like in the landscape for the other one. So yeah, it was good.
What didn't you like about it?
I don't know, there wasn't a lot I didn't like about it. It was, I saw 2 different bikes. One was more road, the other was more off-road, really.
Yes.
So,
for me...
But they're sort of almost in the same category, so because of their
They're definitely in that dual sport category, the adventure bike category.
Big price difference between the two, like nearly 10 grand.
Yeah.
Price difference between the Honda. That's pretty big. Yeah.
And would you have said that there's 10 grand more value?
No.
I was, you know, for me, and I'm just giving my personal opinion here. Not, you know, this is just about what I like and what I don't like. For me, I felt that it was a bit basic. There wasn't a lot of tech on it.
Yeah.
You didn't really have a lot of modes that you can change. It had plenty of power, enough. But to me, it just felt, there's a lot of money for a very little bike. Would I buy one? Probably not. I don't think it's certainly, like, if you look at the bikes that we'd ridden and tested before,
they've got a lot more
the Aprilia 660 that we rode, that Turag, that was a bike, that was exciting, that bike. Similar power level, but let me tell you, I just felt that I felt alive on that bike, you know. Whereas the other thing I didn't necessarily like about it was the seat. I think you found it okay.
Yeah, I found it okay.
For me, I just felt, and we only rode it for a short time, and I thought, well, if I rode this for a long time, I'd get a sore bum.
Yeah.
It was quite hard, the seat, compared to going from the BMW gel seat to this, and this was, it felt like a bit of a gel seat, but it just, it was hard.
It was a flatter seat, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was more like a motocross seat.
Yeah, and I think it's designed that way so you can move backwards and forwards.
Yeah, that's right.
Weight like that.
Which is not very good if you're doing long miles. So,
but it's not a very wide seat, is it? You know?
No.
Reminded me of my DRZ actually, which has got an aftermarket seat on, but it's sort of it's very similar to that.
Yep. So maybe it needs, maybe that's sheepskin. If you were going to do long miles, make sure you have like an aftermarket seat or or some sort of lambskin or Airhawk, something like that that you can put on. So having said that, putting extra height on the seat. I was already on tippies, It's quite high seating position compared to the TRANSALP. The TRANSALP
feet are flat on the ground, aren't they?
Oh, for me, I mean, you hop on, you're flat on the ground, and it felt light and nimble to throw around. Power, I love that growl. Like when you roll on the throttle, when you get up to that sort of, 3,500, 4,000 RPM mark, the growl in that engine was just...
that'd be good. Aftermarket exhaust on it. That'd be really good.
And I'd probably lose my licence, to be honest, because I'd want to hear that sound all the time. And,
apparently the SC Project exhaust at 11 horsepower. Wow. They got at the rear wheel.
Well, let me tell you, there's no lack of power. When you roll on that throttle, it's really responsive. I really like that. The brakes were great. Again,
you sat in it a lot more too, didn't you? The Honda, like it was.
I like the modes, and you could change the modes on the fly. And I guess the thing I did like about it is that there was an immediate change to the geometry and the power delivery when you change those modes. Unlike the BMW and other bikes where you change a mode, you got to wait those 5 seconds, or you got to double clutch it, or do something for it to change. It's not instant. You can't necessarily. I mean, even though you can do it on the fly, it's not an instant response. After a couple of seconds, yes, you do feel it, but this thing was instant. And that for me was a big plus. I think I like that. Was it an exciting bike to ride? Not necessarily for me. As a commuter, I thought it was very comfortable, very easy to load up and off you go. Again, would I buy one? It's not for me. Is it a good bike for somebody? Absolutely. I think it's a great bike. And the price point, what was that, 15 grand? 15,000 bucks for a bike with all that, and it certainly had a lot more tech. You could switch off ABS, you could switch off traction control, and there were all the different rain modes, dirt mode, sport mode, easy to select. You could actually make up your own mode depending on how you like it. So it had a user interface, and I liked that TFT. The way it was set out was quite easy to read.
There he is again. I think he's coming to MACCA'S.
Is he?
He's over there. Well, at least he's heading back the other way.
I think so. I think he's coming into MACCA'S.
Yeah, he's coming into MACCA'S.
We were just talking about our South African friend that
we turn the GoPro around and see you get him coming past.
Yeah, here he is, coming past the window. There we go. Got to park next to our bikes.
Yeah.
Anyway, nice fellow. We've chatted to him for a little while. What in terms of the TRANSALP, what did you like about that? No?
I like the edge, and I like the how easy it was to change the modes. I didn't like the suspension really. It was too soft, particularly in the rear. Like I felt like the rear
Was a bit springy?
really saggy, and you hit a bump, and it kicks you up the arse a little bit. But if the suspension was improved, that would make a big difference. And I hear
Of any of those bikes, if you had the money, would you buy?
I don't know. There were things the things I liked about them.
Yep. Just spend.
I like looking at the Tenere. I always like the Tenere.
And you're a Tenere tragic too.
Yeah, that's it. But I'd like the bars they felt a bit narrow to me. I'd want wider bars. They're easy to change. Really. So when you coming past, you're like,
I just thought I should turn around.
so you join us.
We're doing a bit of a debrief on our.
But 2 times. You had some fun?
Yeah.
So what was your favourite bike?
Mine was probably the Tenere.
Yeah.
The Tenere for me was, we did the Tenere and the TRANSALP.
Yeah.
The TRANSALP had plenty of power.
Yeah, it was, isn't it? Particularly when you put a sport
Right on the
you try that.
But it felt like more of a road bike, but plenty of power.
Yeah.
Off-road, we found a bit of dirt,
okay.
so we took it off-road. So anyway, we liked, there were things that we liked about both of those bikes. Would I spend my money on it? Probably not. No. Compared to, the BMW and other bikes that we've ridden, like they were nice, but nothing really exciting. They weren't exciting bikes. I think the Tenere was a little bit it's fairly basic. Like there wasn't a lot of tech to it, and it was a lot of money for.
It is,
you know what I mean?
25, late 26.
For me, small little things, but when you drive BMW, the clutch and the blade brakes, the levers just feel very different.
They do, don't they? What? It's very light compared to the BMW.
Well, I think both those other bikes had they cable operated clutches. They weren't.
I don't like that at all.
So straight away, that was good.
It was lovely to meet you guys, right?
Yeah,
Thanks,
likewise.
So how are you going to ride back? Because what you can do is, you can go to Killarney and then take the
Queen
River
back over Queen Mary Falls, don't you? Been that way.
Queen Mary Falls, you can actually do the river crossing, which is a
we've done that a few times. I've drowned my bike in that bloody river before.
Yeah, we did that a couple of months ago.
it's a good one. I'd say lovely to meet you. Ciao.
Alright, no, it's good. Good that he just came in to say good day. So he was on a test ride. I think he test rode more bikes than we did. He had a whole list. But we just went the off-road adventure bikes, basically. So
we're hardcore, bro.
No.
We're hardcore.
There it goes.
With the 2008 GS, same colour and style and model as mine. Mine's a 2010. It's a 2008. So
what a nice bloke.
Nice bloke. Yeah, really nice. So there you go. There's our debrief. Verdict. Look. And by no means am I bagging the bike because I think they were great bikes. Both of them were great bikes.
It's a bike for everybody.
Absolutely. Is it a bike for me? No, not really. There's things about it, as you said, things about that you liked about each bike, as I did. There were lots of things that I liked about it. Did I have fun? Yes, I did.
No, absolutely. The biggest thing I didn't like about the Tenere was probably the price, and the biggest thing I liked about the Honda was the price. For 15
that's
a lot of bike.
That's it. Yeah, it's a lot of bike for the price.
For the price, whereas the Tenere,
because at 15 grand, that's good value for money.
Yeah, it is.
If you wanted to get into adventure riding, you wanted to have a bike that you could load up and just ride for miles. that for 15 grand, I mean, you're not going to get into a BMW for 15.
For a brand new bike.
Not a brand new one anyway. Yeah, so that's a bloody great value for money.
Yep.
And the tech that's on it, I mean, you couldn't go wrong, really. But the Tenere, I was a little bit disappointed with that. You know, if all you wanted to do was go off road, then sure. Yeah, but to me, I felt it was overpriced for very little. Was it fun to drive? Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was
particularly
fun,
off road. It was sure-footed. It had plenty of power. It was light and nimble. I mean, you don't know what it would be like with a full tank of juice, fully loaded. Then that might have been.
Because when we rode it, actually, it was nearly out of fuel. So yes, it carries a lot of fuel. 23 litres.
Yeah. Well, when you say that, 23 litres is not really a lot of fuel. I mean, that's the same as your BMW.
Yeah, but if you pick up 20 kilos, that's heavy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so there's that much less weight on the bike.
Yeah. Well, I love the look of the, you know, if I was to say what I really loved about it, I love the look of it.
Yeah,
that's, you know, that on with the crash bars and the knobby wheels, and that's world rate. I mean, I thought, wow, that's a nice looking bike. Yeah. I mean, that's as good looking as the Honda, you know, Africa Twin.
Yeah.
I think that's a real mean looking, you know, gnarly off-road bike, you know, that you could ride all day. It kind of looks like that, but I think it just lacks, you know, some tech for me, I think.
But I certainly think, because obviously the Touareg that'll come up against that bike, and I think the Touareg's probably better bike.
Of course it is, and particularly for the money.
Yeah, for the money.
It's all very similar dollars.
Touareg's actually cheaper, I think, by a couple of grand.
23, I think. So, as I said, and the Touareg had a lot more tech on it, and it was a lot more exciting to ride. I felt a lot more sure-footed on the track than the Tenere.
And now here's some hot breaking news for both of these bikes for 2025. With some major updates for the 2025 TRANSALP and the 2025 Tenere. With new tech for the Tenere including ride-by-wire throttle, new styling and riding modes, new TFT with smartphone connectivity. And for the TRANSALP, they've made it more off-road focused, with new adjustable suspension and new styling. These exciting updates now bring the bikes closer together. The manufacturers have been listening.
But anyway, enjoyed myself. Thanks for another great next moto adventure.
Yeah, it was good.
So if you are looking for, you know, an adventure bike or getting into adventure riding, certainly the TRANSALP would be, you know, very good value for money. If you're doing a fair bit of off-road, look, the Tenere, brilliant. Great bike. Just not for me.